If you're on a weight loss journey, here is a major hack that's gonna make everything feel so much more enjoyable and non-restrictive. Focusing on swapping over elimination. Let me explain. For the most part, when someone makes the assessment that they are ready to lose weight or that they need to lose weight, the automatic assumption is that, okay, I'm probably gonna have to cut out all of my favorite foods and just cut down on food in general. We often become so restrictive, and then this makes the whole dieting weight loss journey absolutely miserable and unsustainable. So this is what you're gonna do instead. For an entire week, track everything that you eat. Don't count calories. Don't start rearranging or restricting anything. Eat all of your favorite foods. Eat like you normally do. Log everything into MyFitnessPal. It's totally free. There are likely several foods that you are eating on a regular basis or on a daily basis that are not really serving you and you probably wouldn't miss if you got rid of. An example of this for me was rice. I love rice. I've always been such a big rice eater. I would eat it almost every single day with like lunch or dinner, sometimes both. There's nothing wrong with rice, but it's just one of those foods that's more so like an empty calorie for me. And what's crazy is it's literally been 2 months since I've had rice and I have not even missed it whatsoever. I've pretty much swapped anything I would have had with rice. I now just have with like a salad, a bed of leafy greens, spinach, romaine, etc. So now that I kind of left rice behind, I have like an extra few servings of like something on your plate if you don't want to focus on calories that I could be bringing in a food that I really enjoy and is going to make my whole weight loss journey so much more enjoyable. An example of that is almond butter. I am obsessed with almond butter. Almond butter is one of those foods that brings me so much joy, far much more joy than rice brought me. I would much rather give up my 1 to 2 servings of rice I was having every day for my almond butter apple snack. Almond butter is one of those foods that's higher in calories, higher in fat, and although it is healthy, it can make it difficult to lose weight when you are constantly eating a food that is so high in calories and doesn't make you feel that full. Like, let's be real, almond butter is considered a snack, right? But I could make full-on meals that are so much more filling, so much more satiating, and even like more nutritional that almost stack up to the same amount of calories as like my almond butter apple snack. A few more examples of foods like this for me are bananas, granola. These are all foods that I was literally eating on a daily basis just because they're easy, I like them, never really thought about it to be honest. But at the end of the day, when you're someone who has a habit of eating so much more than you're supposed to be for your body type, your height, your weight, and you go on this weight loss journey, it's going to be difficult. Like, people like me, we're used to eating more than we're supposed to. So cutting back feels restrictive, let's be real. And sometimes it feels like we don't have a lot of wiggle room, we don't have a lot of calories or meals to work with when we are really locked into these 1 to 2 months where we are trying to be in a deficit, trying to go hard and stay consistent. So if you have a set amount of calories that you're trying to hit every single day, don't just automatically assume you have to eliminate all your favorite foods. Just do some rearranging. Take a look at your diet, say, okay, which foods are not really serving me that much? They're kind of like empty calories. They're not necessarily unhealthy, but they're not necessarily food that I really love, and I would much rather replace them with something else that's going to make my day-to-day so much more exciting, so much more enjoyable while I'm on this weight loss journey, and that isn't going to bring me like over my food intake goal, just kind of like replace that food that wasn't really necessary. Now, just to be clear, I'm not saying this is your cue to swap something like rice with Chick-fil-A or something really greasy and unhealthy. Like, we should still be trying to make whole food swaps. Almond butter is still a whole food. This isn't to say that you can't enjoy fast food or like your kind of guilty pleasure treats like while you're on your diet, but it's really important, especially for those of you that are going to be in a calorie deficit or eating less meals, that the meals you are eating are very nutrient dense, very nutritional, very balanced, because you do not want to stress your hormones out. You don't want to be deficient in anything. So that's like a big mistake people make with calorie deficits, and why there's a lot of negative stigma around calorie deficits, because you end up not getting enough of the stuff that you need. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I hope this was helpful for you guys. This has been such a saving grace for me. on my weight loss journey, and I genuinely feel like every single day I so look forward to all of my meals because I've made smart swaps where I'm enjoying these whole healthy foods that, yes, are healthy, but also really excite me and really make me happy.